see people tacking our Juneteenth onto all of these other things. Have y'all noticed that? Do they do that with other groups in their celebrations? Do they tack on other things to the Puerto Rican Day Parade? Do they tack on other things to the Caribbean Day Parade? Do they tack on other things to St. Patrick's Day? On St. Patrick's Day, they're like, everybody, you gotta wear green. That's it. With us, Juneteenth, they got pink colors, rainbow colors, trans colors, all of this stuff. They want to attack all of this stuff to Juneteenth. We're not the muse for everybody. You're not going to use us as muse anymore, right? Right. I saw some stuff out here in DC. Celebrate Juneteenth and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're not hating breast cancer, but this is about us and our foundation of Black American lineage. We are good enough. Family, we also got to pay honor and respect to the brothers and sisters in Tulsa who received a harsh injustice. We're still standing with them. We haven't forgotten about them. That was a horrible injustice, and we're going to stand up for them. Because the white supremacists like to use the excuse, well, the people who were harmed, they're not here anymore. Those people stayed here for over a century to see that justice is going to be served. And we're going to take the baton and make sure that that happens. This country has created and committed war crimes and paid the people they committed war crimes against. In World War II, when they bombed Europe, did they have a Marshall Plan that they gave them money for? Did they give money to Japan? They even gave money to Vietnam. Right? They gave money to the Iran hostages in 1979. You understand that? They gave money to the victims of 9/11. But when it comes to us, everybody wants to act like they don't know how to give us the compensation we're supposed to get. And we're saying no more. Now, family, we're not going to take any excuses that people give us when it comes to reparations. When it comes to giving us our reparations, everybody wants to play dumb and ask these dumb questions like, Tariq, you in this reparations, listen, why should I be punished for something that I didn't do? Well, here's the thing. We black people, we get punished for stuff we didn't do all the time. Every time there's a crime in Chicago, we all get blamed for it. We ain't got nothing to do with that. If there's a crime in New York, they start stopping and frisking everybody. We all get punished. And also, us getting reparations, look at how the language is. Punishment. That's not a punishment. If we get reparations, that's going to stimulate the economy. We're not foreigners, so we're not going to send money outside of the United States. That money is going to bounce within the United States and stimulate the economy. They know that. See, they know the temerity that we have as foundation of Black Americans, because the excuse they like to give, well, if we give y'all the money, you guys are just going to just buy rims and weed. And if they really thought that, they would have no problem giving it to you. They know that you guys are going to be entrepreneurs. You're going to start businesses. You're going to open up houses and hotels and Fortune 500 companies. They know that what you're built of. They know what you're about, Foundation of Black American Family. Because you built this anyway. You built this.
Everything.
This city that we're in, Benjamin Banneker designed this city, Foundation of Black American. All right? That White House down the street, Foundation of Black American hands built that house. We're not taking excuses. Another excuse they like to throw at us, well, how can we tell who's eligible for reparations? Everybody's just so mixed up. Well, family, when we owe money, the government knows how to find us, don't they? If we owe child support, brothers, they know how to find you, don't they? You owe a light bill, they know how to find you. You owe a parking ticket, they know how to find you. You get a Rent-A-Center TV, they know how to find you. When they got to give us money, now, oh, I'm legally blind. It's easy to find us. Foundation of Black Americans, we are record keepers. You know, you go to your grandmama's house, she got everybody's birth certificate under that mattress. We know how to trace our lineage back through paper. We can do DNA. They have all types of advanced sciences where we can trace who's who. We can do hairline analysis. Let's trace some of these hairlines. Because we're not just the people trying to be $5 FBAs out here. We're checking hairlines. And the DNA says, you're from Uganda. You're not qualified. Listen, another thing they try to say to us, well, listen, black people, stop worrying about reparations. They try to do a shaming tactic on us. They say, well, listen, and the Anglo-Europeans are very good at the shaming tactic. They say, well, you guys are begging for reparations. That's like begging. Why are you begging, black people? You're not begging for what's owed. If somebody owes you something, that's not begging. You owe it. You Anglo-Europeans, you were begging to get out of the slums of Europe. I want y'all to understand, Europe was a slum before the Western slave trade. The money built from slavery over here funded Europe. You understand that? They begged to come to Ellis Island. They begged to go to New York. They begged to leave Europe to come to Washington, D.C. While they were begging, we were building, and we wanted to get paid for what we built. Another thing they try to do is say, well, how about individual responsibility? Just work hard. If you work hard, you wouldn't need reparations. No. Because see, they attacked us and oppressed us as a group. We couldn't get out of slavery because of the federal government. The federal government had us tied up in slavery. They used the military to go into Florida during the Seminole Wars to get black people to try to put them in slavery. They used the Fugitive Slave Act. When we did go to free states, they would use that to come get us and put us back in slavery. You understand? So our Foundation of Black American Family, we fought against that because they even had dogs that were trained to go and hunt us. This was government sanctioned. Now, some of our FBA family, they learned how to kill those dogs by crushing up glass and baking the glass in bread and frying the bread. They're called hush puppies. Did y'all know that? Oh, they hush the puppies all right. Oh, God! That's right. Shout out to Brother Umar.
Shout out.
Listen. I'm in California. California, family, they threw some numbers out there. See, when you talk about reparations, people, they'll kind of lurk around and wait on some numbers. So now some numbers have been thrown in California. They threw an $800 billion number out there. And boy, people lost their minds. The first people to lose their mind were the immigrants, the Hispanic immigrants. The white Latinos. They were the first ones to come out and say, hey, hold on, wait a minute. I just got here. Why should I owe? Why should I be on the hook for something that I just got here? Well, damn it, you just got here. You're getting all of our tax dollars. You're here because of us. Y'all going to D.C., New York, and Chicago, and all of these other cities, you're getting debit cards with all of our tax dollars on them debit cards. You should be the main ones cheerleading for us. If it weren't for Foundation of Black Americans, you'd be down in South America on a donkey with coffee beans. No disrespect. But we keep in the door for all of these people to be totally ungrateful when it comes to us, because people feel like anything we get, they have to get, and that's not what it is. Another thing people try to say is, well, how about instead of going after the government, just go after individual entities and institutions that had you enslaved? Here's the problem. All of the institutions in America are based on anti-Black racism. I want y'all to really understand that, all of them. The medical industry was based on anti-Black racism. They were experimenting on us. The banking system, they were putting in money to enslave us. The railroad system, we were doing the railroad system. We had to build the initial railroad systems. You understand? The insurance companies, they were insuring enslaved Black people. Wall Street were trading stocks and bonds. We were the stocks and bonds. All of these institutions, the entertainment industry, the first form of entertainment in America were minstrel shows. The first blockbuster movie was A Birth of a Nation. and the music industry. All of these things were based on exploitive, anti-Black racism, even now. And then they try to say, well, we have to have a lot of this minstrelly, all of this minstrel show nonsense and buffoonery in the music and in the movies, because if we put something positive out there, oh, you Black folks don't like that. Liar. You like crooning and buffooning. That's what you guys like. Liar. Family, we just released a movie called Microphone Check. How many else saw Microphone Check? This is a movie we did, grassroots, have an intelligent conversation talking about foundational Black American culture. We were selling out theaters here in DC and all over the country. They didn't tune in to see buffoonery and shucking and jiving. They wanted to hear truth to power. You're here today, not for buffoonery and shucking and jiving. You're here for truth to power. Are you here for truth to power? Yes. Are you here for truth to power? Yes. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we got somebody coming to the stage. My sister, where is she? Is she ready? Vic, we went for Vicky. Let's get Vicky down. Yeah! I gotta get my sister Vicky. We're about to get our sister in here, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm glad y'all came out, man. We're gonna have a great time today, man. We got a lot of more phenomenal speakers. We got our good brother Big Daddy Kane performing later. We're waiting on our sister Vicky Dillon to come on out. Where's she at? Not like us. She's coming to hard. Coming to the stage. Where's she at? There she is. Well, we got the Queen Goddess in the building. Y'all about to get some of that FBA spiritual energy from this sister. I couldn't do it without this sister. Her energy is so powerful. This is a phenomenal sister right here. I want y'all to give it up. Washington, D.C. for the Queen Mother, Miss Vicky Dillon. Give it up for more. You better look good, Vicky. Got the camera. Vicky Dillon. Hashtag uncheckable. Hashtag uncheckable. That's right. Mother of all civilization. We love you, Vicky. All civilization. Vicky Dillon. That's right.
So we're in Washington, D.C., yes?
Yes.
This is a home of the White House.
Go ahead. Yes, it is.
Somebody say, we built this.
We built it.
This is the home of Congress, yes?
Yeah.
And this is the home of the Supreme Court of these United States of America. We're in a power center, Black family, the Capitol. So I thought it appropriate. Somebody help me with my notes there. I thought it appropriate. Watch this. Thank you, President. I thought it appropriate that we hold Congress and court all at the same time. All rise. I said, all rise. All right. The honorable foundation of Black Americans in session. And we're not alone. I hope you understand that simultaneously the ancestors are holding court. People are wondering why they all of a sudden asking for reparations after all this time. How many of you all know that here and now we rep them? We are the divine lineage, and they're using us and manifesting through us and by us, and we coming to get out. Yes. For the record, I love to talk from this book called How White Folks Got So Rich. Somebody say it's no wonder. It's no wonder. It wasn't because they worked hard. It was because they was hardly working. Talk back to me, somebody. I want to remind you and just tell you just a few things in terms of laws and legislations that were directly or indirectly having to do with the codification of our oppression after they claimed they freed us from chattel slavery. Yes?
Yes.
Just a few of those things is what they call this Indian land grab that directly and indirectly affects us. In fact, the great Dr. Claude Anderson reminded us what? He said that those the Indian laws and treaties, actually they're provisions for black folks too. He told us there was a such thing as $5 Indians, right? Where white folks was paying $5 so that they could get the benefits that was actually meant for some of us. Some of the original Indians are what? Black folks, and there was a provision for us. He told us in his powerful books that not only that it was the Indians themselves, the $5 ones and the otherwise that were actually enslavers. They were the ones that was catching us. We were told that the U.S. government gave them money and resources to pay us and to free us, and even they refused, so they owe us too. And then I had a meeting just a couple of months ago with presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy. We had a conversation.
And you ate them up.
Steak in the
You
grill.
ate them up.
Somebody said I ate him up. Watch this. I reminded him that he was there representing his bloodline. But I was there representing ours. Watch this. He was showing deference for the German Holocaust. And none of us disrespect the oppression of any people, do we, family? But how dare you sit here and talk to me about a German Holocaust when we've been experiencing a 500-year black Holocaust? Watch this, watch this, watch this. And every religious group, including them folks, had everything to do with our enslavement. They all owe us, sir. But not only that, I'm bringing that up for a reason. Not only that, I told him, I said, watch this, watch this, watch this. I said, theirs lasted approximately 5 years. I was lasted about what? 500 years. And we have not gotten one red cent for reparations. Watch this, watch this. He wanted to tell me about somebody that marched with Dr. Martin Luther King. Baby, no disrespect, but we're not talking about no photo op. We're talking about somebody that has to help substantively assist those of us who created these United States of America. And after you said you freed us, guess what black folks did while we were still in under Jim Crow, just up from chattel slavery? Didn't we don the uniform, go over to Germany, and free them from Hitler, only for you to turn around and come here and call us anti-Semitic? You got us messed up. Somebody say overruled. Objection. Talk black to me, somebody. Y'all sound mighty good.
Yeah, Vicky. Bring it, Vicky. We gonna run right through, Vicky.
I want to be a little technical because we're in DC. I only got a few minutes. But since we're here, it's real easy for them to make us think that we've overcome something. Now, you've given all this money to the white Ukrainians, yes? God, today, hundreds of billions of dollars. That's a hell of a down payment for reparations. And then we find out what's his funny looking self, Lindsey Graham. Didn't he just go on television and tell us that the reason why we really fighting this war in Ukraine, this proxy war, is because they got trillions of dollars in minerals in the Ukraine, and we don't want to give that up, he said, to Russia and China. Did y'all hear that? That's our reparations. That's why I keep up with geopolitics. Watch this. Legislation, the Indian land grab, yes? Y'all, we're in Washington, D.C., yes? Yeah. So we got to get real technical with this. Watch this. It says what? Jefferson's curse. We're talking about slavery, the most profitable business of all time. Somebody say all time. Oh. Watch this, watch this. It's sugar to cotton to oil. It says Jim Crow laws, right? New slavery, sharecropping, predatory lending, debt slavery, yes? The curse of Ham notion, labor unions, white domestic terrorism, compromise of 1877, Asian exclusion act, citizenship and immigration, Plessy versus Ferguson, the president of white supremacy, Woodrow Wilson, public education, student debt, slavery for black people, wealth for Wall Street and the government, the stock market, subprime mortgages, stay downtowns, homestead, the land is ours, forest administration, public housing, federal housing administration, the black tax, social security, pensions, unemployment insurance, national recovery act, minimum wage laws, homeowners loan corporation. Give me just a minute. We got to be technical in DC. Veterans Administration, and y'all, this DC humidity is not playing with the system in the current race. This has bigger than normal, about 3 more times the size. Watch this, watch this. Veterans Administration, mortgages and racially restrictive covenants, U.S. Housing Act, Black consumers, slaves, forced consumerism and economic dependency, aid to families with dependency children, which is AFDC, the GI Bill, yes? The GI Bill, yes? Building of American cities, affirmative action, corporate welfare, police power, prison industrial complex, war on black drug users, white liberals, race manufacturing, Hollywood and racial propaganda, black talent snatching, healthcare, inheritance, a good old board network, grandfather clause, bribery, politicians, lobbyists. Ain't we in DC? Lobbyists, lecture circuits, revolving doors, government sabotage. Somebody say FBI COINTELPRO. Warmonger welfare, foreign policy, and wars of aggression, false flag operations, white collar crime, organized crime, illegal drugs, patents. Somebody say patents. We in DC, we gotta be technical with this mug. University patents and business, and what? The Federal Reserve. Crookery. That's just a few legislative things that you got to understand how they intentionally and technically codified our oppression in law, and it still exists today. You owe it back to us, America. And so we're doing history real quick. They playing by this 500-year Holocaust. Watch this, watch this. Hitler got his inspiration from who? America. Wait a minute, I need you to say it again. Who did Hitler follow for his eugenics? Who did he copy? But they want us to believe that he was the worst of the worst, and he got his points from anti-black racist tactics. America, you owe us. And don't you forget it. Watch this. Couple more things. I'm going to go sit down. Can y'all hang with me for just one more minute? For just one more minute? So when I met with RFK, thank you, Precious. I quoted something from Thomas Jefferson. How many of y'all know anything about Thomas Jefferson?
Generate.
What y'all know about Thomas Jefferson? Y'all know I'm a spiritual, right? Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Watch this. I gotta get the quote right. I want to get the quote exact and right. Here it is. Watch this.
You had that man shook at the table, Vicky. Yeah.
I'll say, brother. Watch this. In a couple of different places in history, Thomas Jefferson knew that America would have to pay for her original sin. Are y'all connecting the dots with all this stuff that I'm talking about, making the case for reparations? Are y'all with me on this? I'm trying to let you know that one of their so-called founding fathers, that are pedophiles and slaveholders, criminals and stuff, who they revere, watch this, watch this. He said in one place, indeed, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever, that considering numbers, nature, and natural means only, a revolution of the wheel of fortune, somebody say wheel of fortune, an exchange of situation is among possible events, watch this, that it may become probable by supernatural interference, somebody say supernatural interference. He was stripped out because he was concerned that there would be a wheel of fortune, a changing or turning, a spiritual interference having to do with them having to pay a price for their enslavement, their original sin. And so I want you to know, beloved, that that's exactly what we're here for now. Yes, I'm almost done.
Yes.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Now with this new contract, y'all, because we're in the place of paperwork and document. Yes? Is that where we are?
Yeah.
I want you to understand as I teach my students in my mystery school, shameless plug.
That's right.
That we come to this realm under contract. And proof of a contract is when your mama went into her contractions.
Yes.
Y'all just missed it. You just missed it. Somebody said, what's the root word of contraction?
We with you, Vicky.
And doesn't she shed blood?
Yes.
And so was sealed in blood. I want you to see your lines, your bloodlines that you rep here, baby. America owes us a different kind of contract. The royal bloodline that's here, that's representing us. Can you imagine with me just for a minute? That if you can see in the halls of Congress, both Democrats, Republicans, and everything in between, that simultaneously your people, your ancestors have convened and they're in session. And they're actually the ones that's moving and motivating us for such a time as this on their behalf. One of the things I told Robert F. Kennedy is, baby, America is doomed. But I'm not the only one that told you America's doomed. I wonder who else said that. Where's the White House from here? Yeah, where's the White House from here? It's down the road. Okay, how many of y'all remember a couple of months while Joe Biden was waiting to take the oath of office for the upcoming January? Do you all remember that the black bootlicks were humiliated after they helped to get him elected? Him and Kamala ignored his funny looking self. That's from the dictionary, not the dictionary. It's from the dictionary, not the dictionary. That's my book of words. Didn't they ignore his funny looking self? He ignored them, rather, right? So the Urban League and some of the NAACP folks got so upset they started to blast him what? On mainstream media, didn't they? So you ignoring us now. Watch this. They said he ain't even taking our calls. So him and Kamala met them where? On Zoom. So I said, no. Because they went public and they embarrassed them. Watch this. And in that meeting, that Zoom meeting with so-called black sellout leaders, he said to them with raised voice, and he actually used a cuss word during that exchange, but guess what he said? He said, America is doomed, not just because of black people.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Did he say it, somebody?
That's exactly.
He knows the same thing that Thomas Jefferson knows, don't he? He said America is doomed. He said not just because of black people. That means it includes black people, yes, but also because white folks, the Europeans here, are going to be the minority come what? 24. Watch this, watch this, watch this. You gotta work with it. America, the reason why you're catching hell all over the world is directly and indirectly related to the fact that you refuse to voluntarily do justice violence. Now you can do justice voluntarily. Finish it for me, but you ain't got no choice. So one of the things I wanted to remind him that America is doomed and the die is cast. And who are we to be patient? Who are we to keep waiting? Who else rolls around in the presence of their tormentors for 500 years and don't become Al-Qaeda on these mugs? Now, y'all know, I'm not sitting here talking about being reckless and crazy. Y'all know I'm talking about following all the rules and regulations and the laws and stuff, right? Right. But we're some patient people. What manner of people are we? Yes? That we will be amongst our oppressors and tormentors for this long and still have patience with them. Now I say about them, what manner of man and woman are they? To think with a straight face, you're going to play in our face, thank you, precious, and say, why should you pay reparations after 500 years? The Lord wants you to turn the other cheek. That's what they want us to say. The Lord wants you to turn the other cheek. Yes? Well, I'm going to take you back to Sunday school with your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Talk back to me, somebody. First of all, you want us to revere this man that none of us has ever seen from over 2,000 years ago and revere this Messiah on Calvary. Watch this, watch this. But J. Edgar Hoover was concerned about another type of Messiah. I said J. Edgar Hoover, the former director of what? The FBI. And by the way, them folks want us to all of a sudden care because white folks getting caught up in the FBI. They talking about how they weaponizing the courts now and the courts ruling against us and the FBI. We ain't got time for none of that. You gotta get behind us. Where y'all been this whole time when we were screaming about how they were weaponizing these government agencies and the courts against us, and now you want to cry a river? Well, let me tell you, it's pathetic. Their system is turning on them until they do right by us. I gotta go. J. Edgar Hoover was concerned about another Messiah, yes? What did J. Edgar Hoover say? What did the government document show? The government documents show that was classified for a time said that he was concerned about what? A black Messiah. And so they put us under surveillance and they started to speculate about who it could be. One that could do what? Unify and what? Electrify the people. Well, let me say something to you, and I don't want to offend you. But if we're talking about a stringy-haired, blue-eyed, pale-faced Jesus in a place you call Calvary over there in the Middle East, because you're worried about him being strung up on a tree, I want to say to you something. There are a whole bunch of Calvaries right here in these United States of America. Our mothers and fathers were lynched, and their bodies weren't kept intact. They were set on fire. They were dismembered. They ate the phalluses of our fathers. Talk back to me, somebody. They burned our mothers. So if you're going to say anything to me about somebody, we need to reverence some Messiah, baby. Let's talk about the one that J. Edgar Hoover was worried about. And I'm bringing them up here and now to say, for their sake, we are demanding reparations. And for those of you that's rich enough, those of you that say, I'm good, I don't need the reparations. I don't need that. And the other group, I'm gonna deal with you real quick and I'm out of here. Well, black, the reason y'all can't get legally no reparations because you're using the word black, and you gotta be a nation to be black. Stop using the word. Let me help you understand something.
Let them help them.
Imagine your mother screaming after having been raped and your father sodomized by that man. Imagine them running with terror. Imagine them seeing one of their other families and loved ones stuffed into a barrel with spikes inside and rolled down a hill. Imagine the terror of that. Our demand for reparations is not about what economic situation you find yourself in now, fool. It's about the blood of your mothers and fathers that demand it.
Go ahead, Vic. Bring it, Vic.
Say it again, sister. Y'all repeat after her. Repeat after her. Repeat after her. And for those of you that say black, can I get real esoteric on you real quick? Because y'all tell me, I know y'all in here, some of y'all standing here listening to me now, some of the haters especially. Watch this, watch this. Don't y'all tell me that the reason we can't get it is because we use the word black, and the word black means what?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it louder.
Yeah.
Say it louder.
Yeah.
But what you don't understand about that word black and dead, and some of the sacred ancients, including the Egyptians, understood the realm of the dead, which has to do esoterically with your ancestors, which is the high courts. Do you understand?